Acrisure Stadium.
Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports.
And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Fields passing on the first play from scrimmage.
Looking left sideline, is complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. His 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Steelers are on the board first here this afternoon.
One play in the end zone on a long touchdown pass. You knew they wanted to get him involved. He's their go-to guy. First play, though, wow.
Yeah, and I remember when I was playing, something similar happened. I remember getting to the sideline, and my coach said, so what in the scouting report with circling him, putting a star by him, did you not
What'd you
get
miss?
that he was a good player? And that's the question I would have for them now. You know, as you said, he's a go-to guy. How is he not covered? Or I should say, covered well.
Richardson looking to throw. That complete to Downs.
Just a gain of a couple there, and it'll be 2nd down.
You look at the Steeler defense.
It's quite a unit, number 1 in the NFL against the pass.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, it'd easily move into the top 5.
And this throw incomplete. Now the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down. They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the 1st down. Here's Richardson to throw.
And that's caught inside the 35. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Indianapolis. A great effort there. His first touchdown on the year.
And the Colts are able to strike back quickly with an opening touchdown of their own.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we are tied at 7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line. The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Here's 2nd and 7. Here's Fields.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. A great play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Steelers have taken the lead. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30.
The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
He's going to look deep down the field.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And the Steelers are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. So this is something we didn't see at all from this offense in the victory last week. That's a turnover. They didn't have any, but giving the ball away here in the opening quarter.
I love the surprise in your voice because it's exactly what you stated. Didn't see it last week, but it was a key to their win. And it'll be a key to this game as well, protecting the football. Didn't get it done there.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive.
They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. To throw is Fields.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This drive starting off on the right foot, 18 yards. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
Oh, he had a man running free, but he overshot him, and it's incomplete. The Steelers at 3-0 here in the month of September, and they coming on a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
2nd and 10. Back to throw. Fields. Down the left sideline.
And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A great effort there. 36 yards.
And the Steelers go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point right down the middle. And it's now 21-7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. Been a little bit of an interesting start. The first drive for him, Charles, they had the passing touchdown. The second drive, he threw the interception. So we'll see what this third drive of the ball game brings.
Yeah, it's kind of a tiebreaker, isn't it? I mean, that's the tough part for them and for him because, yeah, things went really well in that first one, not so well on the second one. He wants to get back to what he did to get this game going.
Ball on the 35. Here comes 2nd and 5. On the ground, this is Devon Achane.
And this defense not giving him anything there. Maybe a yard up to the 36.
This defense for the Steelers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Washington.
And as in any game, takeaways are always a big key. They're always discussed on defense. There's an emphasis there. And they came away with 3 interceptions in that game.
Here is 3rd down and 4. On 3rd down, Achane.
And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
I'm okay with the call there. In fact, I actually like it. I know they're down a couple of scores, but the running game worked in that situation. I would continue to go in that direction.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. You look at the Steeler defense.
Well, they were very strong in that victory from a week ago.
And the big thing for them was the interceptions. And you hear teams all the time talk about establishing themselves against the pass, no-fly zones and things of that nature. This group had a bunch of them in last week's game.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss.
Now Richardson. Got his man. It's Bo Melton.
They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll run for it with Achane.
And he's got the first down before being taken down at the 46. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. He'll drop this down to Taylor.
And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. That will go as a pickup of 7 on the 7th play of the drive.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Ball on the 39. Here's 2nd down and 3. From the shotgun, Richardson.
Wide open receiver complete. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 17-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
A pretty wild first quarter. 21-7, our score. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Colts in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now it's Richardson.
And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Good defensive call right there because they had someone shadowing him along his entire route. And he was right there ready to provide a hit that prevents him from making another catch to his big start.
Here's 2nd and 10. Back to the air with Richardson.
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. It'll go as a loss of about 6, and now it brings up 3rd.
Well, you're already up a couple of scores here in the first half defensively, and Charles, they just seem to be playing really free on that side of the football.
I love the observation because with that type of a lead, they feel like they can take a few more chances and be even more aggressive, and it's been paying off for them so far this game.
Oh, it's intercepted. A drive killer there. And the Steelers are going to have it here as they start at their own 7.
So rare to see any quarterback toss back-to-back interceptions in the NFL regardless of status or experience. Whether it's him personally or just the offensive game plan, I think this defense is reading something out there, and they're holding the upper hand.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive.
They got the ball now following a big play, keeping the other guys out of the end zone. Now they'll start deep in their own territory, 1st and 10. Here's Fields.
Got a man, and he hits him in stride. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And this is going to be a Steelers first down as the tackle made just shy of the 30.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And this time the yards won't come so easy as they'll, in fact, tackle him behind the line. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on.
Now Fields.
Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. A big play there. On his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns.
And the Steelers have moved out in front by 3 touchdowns.
The call is to go for 1 and kick the extra point. He knocks it through. It's 28-7. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to...
It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Devon Achane.
70 yards.
And the Colts are able to cut into that deficit.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback. And we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
Man, confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around.
And boy, showing how tough he can be to bring down, just fighting his way forward to pick up 7 yards.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Now 2nd and 3.
Here we go.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does. It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
Here we go, son. West.
Fields now to throw. He's got his man. That's the rookie from Florida State.
And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 25 yards there on the catch and run.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 down at the 33.
Play action. It's Fields.
Rolling to his left. Touchdown! A great play there. On his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
So that one, his 4th touchdown catch of the game, one behind the all-time record of 5.
Point after, right down the middle. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. Here's the Steelers' kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And, Charles, the name of the game last time, efficiency. Their very first snap, they connected for a quick touchdown.
They get more value than just the points from that series as well. Only needing one play, it keeps the entire offense rested up. That's a really good job in execution. They avoided the flag downfield and avoided giving up yardage for free. Really good coverage.
Now it's 2nd and 10. Richardson working from the gun. Connecting over the middle with Downs.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 3rd catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
Two minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman will have first half highlights and analysis from a back-and-forth first half that we've seen. Richardson.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Again, it's Richardson. And this taken in by Downs.
That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Richardson looking to throw this.
He's going to air one out. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Well, the first 2 drives yielded touchdowns, so there's no reason for them to feel like they have to pull back on the reins. They pushed it downfield, looking for another one right there. Didn't get it, but we know they're going to continue to be bold.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2.
And Richardson yet again.
It's complete. Swings it out to his running back. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Colts unable to convert here on 4th down. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop.
The Pittsburgh offense at the line to start their next drive. Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Now 2nd and 9. Now it's Fields.
And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
That could have been a huge play, but give the defender credit. Stayed calm, stayed collected, and kept himself in a position to make a play on the ball without a penalty.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
From the gun, here's Fields. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. A great effort there as the first half is winding down.
And the Steelers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Extra point splits the uprights, and the rout is on here in this first half.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
That is incomplete.
Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Patrick Queen. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play in this first half.
So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. And we will not see a return of the dynamic kickoff, and the first drive of the second half will commence from the 30-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
The third quarter begins with a run by Achane.
Oh, he's got some breathing room.
Now he's free at the 35. He may go.
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown.
Devon Achane.
His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd of the year.
And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that'll cut the lead back down to 21. Following the touchdown, here's Gay to kick it away.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. The Steeler offense here about ready for their next drive. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And he fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down.
The way things have gone in this one, the running game's been something of an afterthought, and that's not been too bad for them, has it?
Yeah, the offensive returns have been good, but I guess we figured he in the ground game would be a bit more involved.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's second down and 8. Fields.
He finds his man, complete. It's Kramer. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 36. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs.
This offensive game plan has just been sensational. I mean, when you think about all the different ways they've gotten their receivers open so far, it's really been impressive. Scheme, design, execution.
So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Back to throw. Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he'll be out of bounds, able to get it down to the 25 there. They get 10 more there, and I believe that'll be enough for another first down. It will.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
Here we go, son.
Here's a handoff out of the gun. And just good downhill running there as he'll take this to the 15-yard line.
10 more there and another first down.
Brandon, I think you and I were both raised the same way in the game of football. You run to set up the pass, but I think we've discovered in this NFL, a lot of teams pass to set up the run. And that's what they've done throughout this game. They've aired it out, thrown it around the yard. Now they've come back to the running game, and they find a way to be successful with it.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's first and 10.
Don't jump. Ready?
Operating from the gun. Fields.
Caught along the left side by Hyatt. And he's going to be touched down, but he's got the first down.
But they've certainly not shied away from throwing the footballs. They've leaned on their quarterback to start this game. 4 straight passes right out of the gate, with that last one earning them a new set of downs.
Here we go.
Running it, Washington. Trying to keep those big legs churning, but he's going to go down in the backfield. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
I like the idea to mix it up from time to time, because let's face it, you can't be predictable. But the execution was a little lacking on this one, right? They might want to go back to the drawing board with that call.
Back at the 2 now. Here's second and goal.
Here we go.
Got his man. It's caught for a Steelers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers add 6 to their lead. So another touchdown there, and even though we're still just here in the third quarter, kind of hard now to see them giving up this lead.
And this is just an offense that's imposing its will right now. You name it, they're able to do it. If you're the play caller, whatever you want to select is there. You want to run it, you want to throw it, pick a play, any play. They're rocking and rolling right now.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both sides of the football. And one thing that's really plagued them, the turnovers. They've had issues keeping the football in their possession.
And every game that's...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
Picked off by Patrick Queen.
And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. And this is one heck of an individual performance we're witnessing. That is now his 3rd interception. And keep in mind, folks, this isn't a safety or a cornerback. This is a linebacker.
Does this feel to you like he's having a flashback? Because a lot of these linebackers we see in the NFL, in high school, they were offensive stars. They touched the football all the time. It's like he said to himself, let's go back and put on the letter jacket and go get the football. How about this one? 3 interceptions thus far.
And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line.
45 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
So not quite a first down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Here we go.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game back to the ground. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here we go.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
Second and 7.
And now here's a carry heading left. And he's going to get this pretty close to a first down at the Colts 17. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry.
And the Steelers are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
Here we go, Scott. Go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he'll be taken down after a minimal pickup, and that will take us to the end of quarter number 3. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
Here we go.
And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
Justin Fields
Keeping it himself from 5 yards out.
and the Steelers are going to be moving to 4-0 as they extend their lead.
Now the extra point. Oh, I was just about to say he hadn't missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
Remember, they have won 3 straight, but getting to 4 straight does not appear to be in the cards as they are in a big 4th quarter hole. That's to about the 28. 2nd down coming up.
I feel like I could see what he was thinking on that carry. Wanted to follow that big tackle through the hole. Ended up only getting 4 yards on the carry. I think he had designs on that one being bigger.
Now a 2nd and 6. Running straight ahead, Taylor.
And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A 14-yard gain for Indianapolis and also move the sticks.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Richardson looking to throw.
And now here's another interception.
Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And the Steelers are going to have the football here at their own 35-yard line. And they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
They'll start this drive out on the ground. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42.
74 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From the 42-yard line, here's 2nd and 3.
Here we go, son. Right.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a first down.
At carries like that, that's how they're going to continue to salt this thing away here, Charles, in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, how about that? A new set of downs. Clock continues to move. No better way to close out a game than to tap those mastodons you have up front and say, guys, keep pounding them. Let's keep the ball, keep their offense on the sidelines, and let's close this one out.
First carry for Josh Jacobs. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Pittsburgh getting 16 yards there and also a first down.
Not too shabby for his first carry of the game. That's exactly what most teams are looking for, a really good change of pace back.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Once again, it's Jacobs. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground.
Ball on the 36 now. Here's a 2nd and 9.
Jacobs going to try the middle. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
They'll come up facing 3rd and 5.
Now a give to Jacobs running right. And he's able to pick up the first before he's taken down at the 27. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play.
Brandon, when a defense just simply can't get off the field on 3rd down, and we all know how important that down is for both sides of the ball, you often feel like you're just a step behind whatever they're doing offensively.
And one of the differences in this game, no doubt, 3rd down conversion, and that is going to be a story they'll talk about after this one. The football comes out. Jacobs lost it.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been mistake-free to this point and finally cough it up. I don't think it's going to cost them the game. They should be fine. But, boy, they're going to hate that, going back and watching tape and being able to say we were that close to achieving our goal of 0 turnovers during the game.
A little blemish, but as you say, still comfortably in command. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
2nd and a couple. Richardson off the play fake. This pass left side to Downs.
And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43.
Here's Richardson to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And Richardson looks to throw once more. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
What we just saw there, that's really been a common theme all afternoon.
A lot of pressure. That forced the errant pass. He's been under duress this entire afternoon. He just had to unload that one. He's fortunate it was just incomplete and not intercepted.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10.
Now Richardson. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Colts 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Well, I mean, look, obviously there's no 20 or 30-point play in that playbook, but they can try to end things here on a positive note despite trailing big, and that looks like what they're trying to do here by pushing the ball downfield.
Well, let me go with the heavy cliche then, partner. Just control what you can control right now, and all they can control here is how their final plays develop.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles.
Taylor.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds.
Third and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable.
Let's go now.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked off by A.J. Terrell.
And the Steelers come up with a late turnover. It will probably matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Charles, a lot of happy faces heading into the tunnel as this one ends, and understandably so. Not only did they get the win, but, boy, their offense was on fire in this ball game.
And, partner, I have no idea what the top speed is on one of those high-end sports cars. What's the top gear you can get into? This offense, they certainly were there in this one, huh? Everything clicking for them in this contest, the kind of performance that they're going to cherish.
So for the Steelers, that early momentum continues here as they move to 4-0. And they will hit the road next week to take on the